Ladies and gentlemen, the time you've been waiting for is here. It's all about the Y Radio Show. Of course, we're premiering the first episode today, right here on West FM 97.5. My name is Dex Masterborn. What's the name?
Grace Morty.
Grace Morty. And I have my guests right here in the studios. But guess what? I'm not going to drive you. I'll be handing over to Grace Morty to be your host for the next 1 hour. You know, the Y Radio Show, an hour radio empowering the youth of whole. Charlie, if we really talk of you, we do one more. So if you listen to this radio, listen to this program, Y Radio Show. Grace, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, so it's time for the Y Radio Show, and you're gonna drive this here for us, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, over to you.
Good afternoon, home. Welcome to a groundbreaking platform designed for the movers, the shakers, and the voices of tomorrow. This is the Y Radio Show on West 97.5 FM, where your concerns matter, your ideas count, and your city's future is our shared mission. We will be having discussions on sexual, mental, and cyber health to amplify the importance of youth in governance, safeguarding our environment, and guiding you on your path towards fulfilling careers. Our topics dive deep into the impulse of our city. We are not just a radio show, we are a movement aimed at empowering you, the future leaders, entrepreneurs, and change makers of hope. The show is sponsored by Foundation Botna, managed through Equus UK, and implemented in whole by the Young and Safe Consortium. My name, once again, is Grace Morty, and to help me kickstart the conversation, we have two gentlemen and a lady in our midst. They go by the name
Petrina Lugolobi, a student of EPC Marco Girls, a member of 2 General Science, and a proud member of All Study Group Ghana.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm Jones Amegashibiglo, Speaker of Youth Impact Parliament.
Thank you very much. I'm Joshua Tete Ayayi. I am the project coordinator, one of the project coordinators of the Young and Safe project.
Yeah, right. Please, lady, please kindly mention your name once again.
I am Petrina Lugolobi, a student of EPC Marco Girls, a member of 2 General Science A, and a proud member of All Study Group Ghana.
Yeah, thank you very much. Miss Petrina, please kindly tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, as I said earlier on, I go by the name Petrina Lugolobi, a student of EPC Marco Girls, a participant of the Young and Safe program, which was implemented this year and to continue for the next 2 years. Thank you.
How do you feel being here, right here?
I feel very excited because this is the opportunity for young ladies, or this opportunity for the youth to voice out their challenges.
The name again, please.
Yes, I'm Jones.
Mr. Jones, please, how do you feel being here?
Thank you very much, and to the cherished listeners of West FM 97.5 FM. Yes, I'm actually excited to be part of this program. It is actually in consonance with what we do at Youth Impact Parliament, so I am up for it.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Joshua.
Yes, I'm actually happy to be here. Through planning this project for the past year, and then launching the project with the whole youth policy hackathon, going on with various activities, and launching one of the other activities as part of the project. This is a huge milestone, and I'm happy to be part of it.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go for a musical interlude. When we come back, we will dive deeper into the conversation.
Josh, another opportunity with you. I'll be your guide.
That's I on mute. That's very wonderful.
Charlie, you did well. You did well.
Your intro was very, very wonderful.
She was
Just
like
relax, okay?
cornerstone, smooth stone.
Yes.
Keep
Some
quiet, keep
little
quiet.
anxiety. Oh, yeah, sure.
Just
But
relax.
yesterday
Let me talk.
you were flowing.
Oh, it will come. It will come.
Oh, is it because your colleagues were here? Oh, come on. So, maybe when you get to know us better,
We'll introduce the entire project. Then zoom in into the youth and governance aspect. Yeah, so the first question should be about the impact. What is the youngest?
Just so relax, okay? Just be like,
she's on point.
oh yeah, but
Don't give them pressure.
that's why I get to take a step on the room.
They give you pressure. You, are they here for you? You, are they here for you? Oh, Charlie.
Regina, let's see moves. Let's see moves. Let's see moves.
See, you when you are having a conversation and it feels like you want to create humor, create it too. Okay? Don't be too serious throughout. If somebody's face is going, you can say why your face like radio is about fun. You understand? Apart from preaching, it's about fun. You understand?
They're like, hey.
So right now, your mic is down and the music is playing. So before you want to, if you're ready to talk, you see this mod, you bring it down like this, so that the music go off in the studio.
Okay.
Then you push. This one is off. So before you talk, you make sure this light is on here. Okay. Then you push it. But if I press if I talk, it will sound that's why it's off. So don't talk. So you have to do like this. So right now it is on. So if you want to talk, it's always like this when you are not talking. So bring it down, bring the music down. Yes. Then you push this one. Right now, if you push it, because the light, this one is on. If you push it, everything you say to sound. So you must always be ready to talk before you push it. Okay.
Is
So
the
you
chair too short for
Is the
you?
chair short?
It seems that.
stand
It's
up.
too short.
Stand up.
I hope the mic is muted before you're doing the stand up thing.
No. It's muted. It's a 360 mic, so
360.
yeah, you
Yeah,
can
so
fix
you can
sounds.
pick from a
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So we can hear.
So when you're ready to talk,
Gosh.
right now the music is high. When you're ready to talk, bring the music down.
Hello,
So
George.
you want to
Hello,
talk
George.
I beg, it's your phone. I beg, you need to mute your phone first.
Ah,
Oh yeah, my
Mute your
phone.
phone. Silence your phone.
Please, phones on silent.
Phones on
Okay?
silent. I beg.
I said, starting tomorrow, I'll be creating a temporary link for online. Then that way you can share it to the other people that want to listen.
Ah.
Online radio. Yes, our server is down currently, but we have a free server that we use. That when the time is, we can wait for the 1 hour. So you can share, so anybody can listen anywhere online on the internet. You just click the link and listen. You just give internet to
Yeah,
listen.
come on. So I'm Jones.
You have to do input.
I think you
So it's
should
always
invite us
recording
to
machine.
speak the mic by calling
Yes,
our names.
great. I'll put
So
a temporal.
get our names right.
After the show,
So Katrina,
the next recording.
Yeah, I'm nobody. Okay, don't mention me. Okay, don't call me.
Yes.
so last year I learned
Ordinarily,
So
your producer
let's start it.
should have gotten the name of your guest.
So you know.
That's why
There
we
is
are
this,
doing this.
there is this static radio sound in it.
and the static.
But we can remove it. There's a software that can remove it. If you
Welcome back from the break. If you just joined, you're live on the Y Radio Show on West 97.5 FM. First off, we are moving on. What is the Young and Safe Project, Mr. Jones?
Yes, thank you very much, and to your cherished listeners for this question. I'm not part of the organizers, but having to be a collaborator to present some panelists from Youth Impact Parliament, in my opinion, it is an opportunity for the youth to make their voices louder, to resound their presence in governance, youth inclusion, and matters of concern to us. The fact always remains that anyone who is aged as of now was once a youth. You cannot neglect the youth, and this program to me is to purpose that our voice needs to be heard before we grow,
Yes.
because we'll surely grow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Mr. Joshua,
Yes.
why the need for the Young and Safe Project?
Yes, and I like this. I like the fact that you asked Jones first. It kind of gives me an idea of how far awareness of the program has gone, and I think we've done quite well on the tangent by what he said about the project. So the Young and Safe project basically aims at creating a youth inclusive city. Now, what are the things do we think when they come together makes whole a youth inclusive city? Governance, health and well-being, safe spaces, right? And then economic opportunities. So we believe these four things, when they come together, would help who become a youth inclusive city. In terms of governance, like John said, we are looking at helping young people have a voice, a say in the things that affect them, in terms of policy, in terms of the rules and regulations, in terms of the various government agencies having an effect on young people. In terms of well-being, we a lot of people don't make these linkages, but trust me, teenage pregnancy, drug abuse, mental health has an impact on any city, because the more pregnant young girls become, that means we have young girls dropping out and focusing on their children, right? When drug abuse becomes an issue, it means young people no longer become productive. They actually become a menace to society. When there is no employment, then obviously young people will begin to look for illegal ways to make money. So when all these things come together and we ensure that we have the support systems in place that are making sure that the voices of young people are included in decision making and implementation, then we can say that Ho is a youth inclusive city.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Joshua. Miss Petrina, the themes for the Y Radio show were chosen based off the specific issues the project seeks to address in the city of Ho. What are some of the needs or themes you are interested in?
Thank you for the question. As a participant of the Young and Safe program, I'm particularly interested in the young participation in whole city governance.
Yeah.
Young people are underrepresented in the city's decision making, even though the number of young people in Ho is rising. The municipal assembly is the city's highest governing body. The assembly is made up of 14 appointed members and 29 elected assembly members who represent the interests of each community in the city. Only 5 members of the local legislatures are under the age of 35.
Imagine.
This implies that the voices and interests of young people are not strongly articulated in decision making. This explains why many of the city's youth-friendly projects listed in the annual plans are not put into action. For example, the playground infrastructure has not been maintained, causing it to become worse. And I'm interested particularly in the whole library, which has remained unfinished for a very long time. Library is a place or is a center for research. Not all youth people get access to technology. So the library can be a place where we can get some information. So even when we come to Ho, for my experience of my past stay here in Ho, when I feel bored in the house, I feel like going to the library. So I asking some few friends, oh, do you have library in Ho? They claim they have. Then I asked them to send me to the library. But we went to Bankwe and they showed me this is the library. I asked, is this a bookshop or a library? They said it was a library. But they told me it had relocated to a different place. Okay, send me to the different place. We went to that place, they can't even identify whether it's a library or someone's building. So when we participate in decision makings in the city governance, it's also, or let me say, we are not in an autocratic country.
Yes.
We are in a democratic country where leaders are supposed to take the views of people, especially with the young ones, because as they say, we are the future leaders. So the youth out there, sometimes it's not their will to join this stealing and teenage pregnancy, these prostitution things. It's not their will, but they don't have a say in the decision our leaders take for us. That is my interest, and that is what the project seeks to address.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Petrina. Mr. Joshua, what needs does the project seeks to address in your view?
Yes. I mean, starting from where Petrina left off, I agree with her because this library issue, it's close to about 15 years now. I remember the Volta Regional Library because those days we used to come on vacations in Ho, and that's where we used to. And then when we finally relocated to Ho to have our basic education, I went back looking for the library and it was nowhere to be found. We found out that it was at Bankwe, like she said, and that's where it has remained.
Yeah.
Apparently, the new library has now been opened, but like she said, it needs a lot to be desired. And these are some of the things that young people need. In order, we're talking about the productivity and the education of young people. Library is one of the best places where young people can find themselves, know their identity, and then decide who to become or what to become in future. Yeah. And if these facilities are ill-equipped, then what kind of children are we raising in Ho? So of course, this is why the Young and Safe project is important, to give voice to some of these things. Maybe the NGOs are saying it, the institutions are saying it, but it's falling on deaf ears. So let those who are affected come and speak, so that the authorities will listen to them.
Yeah. So you are also interested.
Yes.
In
Yes.
Mr. Jones, what are you interested in?
Yes, thank you very much for the opportunity once again. I agree with my colleague panelists on the matter that has been, our attention has been drawn to. Now, the issue about governance is that there is a reason why there is a structure as prescribed by the Constitution, and for local governance, there is an act. The act prescribes how issues are supposed to be dealt with, their procedures, and then all those. Now, in addition to the lobbying and the advocacy, it's important that we hear the issues that we have raised being raised in the chamber, the local assembly, as she mentioned. Now, I had an issue that I reported to the presiding member of this assembly that, unlike parliaments of Ghana that they stream their proceedings, we don't get to see proceedings of our local assemblies being streamed. So we don't know what gets discussed there, whether if you present a petition today, it gets to the doorstep and the table of the local assembly. We don't know about that. We are unable to track their progress. So even if you advocate, The issue is about, does it really get considered? Because we can advocate every day, every time. But if the matters don't get considered per the arrangement the law gives, then our issues are left unaddressed too. So my issue is that we want to see more transparency with the local assemblies. Then we are encouraged to bring up the matters, because every day and time we'll keep on identifying issues. Governance is being sharpened when other people see the matters that are arising and they inform you. And as we are in the democratic dispensation, of course, you need to listen to us. And when we see an action done, we are being encouraged to bring the matters. So, coming back to the subject matter, with this program, our voices will get louder. From these discussions that we'll hold on this program, the people who are at the pace of leadership will listen to us and ensure, as I've pointed out, that our matters and issues that we have raised get on the table of the assembly to be discussed, a resolution taken on them. And after the resolution is being taken, government should allocate resources for the execution of those matters and then the resolutions for the problem to be solved. Because even when the resolution is being taken, until allocation is being made and someone is being designated to execute the project, it will be there on their table for years unattended to. So this is why we need to do this and discuss the issues so that they would ensure that the job is done to the end. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jones. Miss Petrina.
Okay, another aspect or another need this project seeks to address is sexual reproductive health for the young people.
Yeah.
For we, the young people, our teachers are the main source of guidance and education regarding sexual reproductive health. But here's the case: when you go to our schools nowadays, the students are more than the teachers. And school is now, when you go to school, all school is about is read your books, write your exams, and pass. Pass and leave the school. There's nothing like sexual reproductive health, mental health. All they know is choose what is in the book, write your exams, and pass. But we don't just go to school for, we claim SHS is where they mold you before you can come out into the world. And for JHS, you just learn what is in the book, you write your BC and come out. But when they claim SS is where they'll mold you. But in this modern Ghana or in this world that we are in, SHS is equal to JHS. Yeah. So our sexual reproductive health, it really matters to we the young people. For example, let me say girls, for instance, we have few knowledge about sexual reproductive health, teenage pregnancy, and STIs. But we are blamed more when it comes to these topics. It doesn't take one person, or it doesn't take a person to get pregnant. It's between the intercourse of both a male and female. But I don't understand why when a girl gets pregnant, they put all the blame on the girl and leave the boy to go. It doesn't make sense. And I also understand why they do that, because they claim the girls are getting more education more than the boys. And when it comes to who like this, in the year 2020, the number of teenage pregnancy, 6,114. Still counting. From January to September 2021, it rose to 6,294. You can come and educate us about abstinence or why we should abstain from sex, but you are not telling us the risks or what is how should I say it? Your main reason why for telling us to abstain. You can now, if you even my own school like this, you've come, oh, we should abstain. You just come abstain from sex. We are cool, but you're not telling us the risks that is involved when we put ourselves into teenage pregnancy. Girls, as a result of teenage pregnancy, drop out from school. It's not their fault because the burden is now on them. And also, because of this, they drop out from school. and the only thing they can do to survive is to go to the street, sell, let me say, water on your head, baby at your back, and the boys are just left to go to school. So I think in this case, when it happens, they should implement a law
Yes.
that if a boy gets a girl pregnant, the both of them, or the boy takes responsibility of what he has caused the lady, because this society thinks the girls are getting more education than the boys. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chune. Moving on. Why empowerment? Why empowerment matters? Why is it relevant to empower young people in the community, Mr. Joshua?
Yes, thank you. And Pedrina, you brought out some wonderful statistics, and it is true. That statistics is actually for the entire Volta region, and it is true when you look at the trends. And that's why I like the fact that GES now has a policy that if a young girl gets pregnant, that doesn't mean they should drop out of school, because formerly it was once you are pregnant you drop out of school, but nothing happens to the boys. So you see a lot of dropout rates when it comes to the girls than for the boys. But right now, since that policy is there, I think it's just left with implementation. And as such, you know that counseling and all other social support services are needed to help, because it's not easy being a teenage pregnant, being pregnant in your teens and still attending school with your peers, the stigma and all these things. So counseling is really needed. And like you said, these things are needed for young people's growth. The fact that we have to look at these things critically and then provide that safe space for young people to voice out their concerns. And we also need to take into cognizance that the authorities are doing what they can with the resources that they have. Sometimes we can come on, give them creative solutions on how to do a little more, a little extra with those same resources, and we can still accomplish more, right? So the solutions that we provide should be creative, and then they should also be able to listen, and so that's why I think a program like this is important for us.
Okay. So I was asking, why should we empower the youth in the community? Why is it very necessary to empower them?
Yes, it's necessary because young people need to have support systems, right? You don't just come out of your mommy's stomach and then you know everything. No, but you learn, right? You learn from everything around you. So if the support systems around you, just like a baby, when you give birth, the mother is told to breastfeed the baby till well up to 6 to 8 months. And at that point, even if you are to introduce water, the water should be mineral water. There is a reason, so that the baby wouldn't be exposed to the diseases they can't handle. But gradually, once they build the antibodies and the tolerance for these things, you begin to introduce them more and more into the system, and then gradually they become fully fledged grown humans. And that's how the social support system also ought to be, with a healthy family and with good family values, and then with the external support, which is the social support system that the society, the government, and at the local level and at the national level also provides. All these things, coupled with the school, the education system, are supposed to empower young people to live, 1, healthy lives, 2, responsible lives, and 3, they should be able to sustain themselves economically. So if our support system is not giving this, then it means our young people are not empowered, right? And this is why it is important to empower young people. So a platform like this that seeks to bring all angles together, right, so that we identify the key support systems, the gaps, and then propose solutions, It's very key for well-being of young people.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joshua. Mr. Jones, why do you think it is very important to empower the youth?
Yes, thank you very much for this question. I actually like this question because it will give me an opportunity to give an update on what we do at the Youth Impact Parliament. Now, the reason why I'm bringing Youth Impact Parliament is because what we do is empowerment. Now, in our scenario, what we want to do by empowering them, we'll have to give them that platform to speak, project themselves. We pose them to the public. We nurture them. Because when you present opportunities without training them to harness these opportunities, it's like you give some money to a child without giving him directives that if he use $10 to buy a book and a pen, you should be able to do this to multiply that money. If you don't give him the directives on how to utilize the pen and the book, those will be all those money will be underutilized. So what we do is that when we give you the opportunity, we train you on how you could harness that opportunity to create more opportunities for yourself. So at our sittings, you are allowed to speak, and then the proceedings are recorded and shared. A poster is done for you and is being broadcasted and then published. And from there, people see that this young man or this young lady has this capacity, can do this, can do that, he's suitable for this position. And then they start recommending you for opportunities. That is what we do. And that is how we empower the youth. When you give them the money, show them how to use the money. And that is what we do at Youth Impact Parliament. So when the opportunities come, apart from telling us that the opportunities are there, I think it is in it is in the right trajectory that you tell us what we should do with it and give us advices on how we can execute this for the betterment of our society. I can tell that there are a lot of youth empowerment opportunities and societies, all of us gathered here, even what we are doing right now here. It is actually to empower us, to empower others. Upon hearing my voice in the studio, you can tell yourself that if Jones can get there, I can also get there.
Yeah.
Yes, and basically someone hearing my voice is being empowered to do more. That is basically what we are doing. So for me, my answer is that the empowerment is there. But when the opportunities come, nature us to harness that for these opportunities to multiply.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jones. Well, I have here in the studio another guest by name Selassie. Okay, from HTU Basic School, and she is a steering committee member. Miss Selassie, the themes for the Y Radio show were chosen based off the specific issues the project seeks to address. What are some of the needs or themes you are interested in?
Youth participation in local governance.
Okay. So, can you throw more light on?
Okay, so in whole here, we all think that youth participants in city governance is for the old people. But then I want to throw more light on this because I think young people should be given the opportunity to participate in city governance.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Selassie. So we are moving on. What exciting topics will be covered in the upcoming Y Radio show? Miss Petrina, you've been quiet for some time now. Tell us.
Okay, thank you for the question. You should expect so many exciting episodes from this Y Radio show. Future episodes will dive into young people's role in local governance and leadership, sexual reproductive health and rights, mental health, play and self-discovery, and innovations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jones.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, can I have your question again?
What exciting topics will be covered in the upcoming Why Radio Show episodes?
Yes, thank you very much. So, just as my other colleagues stated, we'll be talking about sexual reproduction, local governance, youth empowerment, and then all others. They are very interesting topics, and I think we should have a discussion on that and see the way forward.
Okay, I have been doing this with
Salasi Chocolate.
Mr. Jones and Miss Katrina. Thank you very much. And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Why Radio Show. We've journeyed through some vital conversation exploring the heartbeat of our city home. We've dived deep into crucial themes from health and governance to environment and career guidance, all with the aim of empowering you to create positive change. Don't let the conversation end here. Keep the momentum going by engaging with us on our socials. Together, we can amplify our impact. A huge shout out to our amazing panelists who have shared their insights and experiences. Your voice adds immeasurable value to our discussions. And to you, our incredible listeners, thank you for being part of this journey. Your support fuels our mission to build a safer, more inclusive city for all young people in Ho. Make a date with us tomorrow Saturday at 11 a.m. prompt. This is Grace Morty signing off from the Why Radio Show. Remember, your city's future is in your hands. Why Radio Show, young leaders,
Rising voices.
Bye.
That was awesome.
Charlie,
Energy. You are flowing. Hello. Don't worry. Yeah.